What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB. Once again, big shout out to my doggy, Alistair Liz Scott, for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, we got one of the kind of ones your man, the YB, lives for right now regarding Frazer, Softbones, Clarke, and Jeamie TKV. We'll get to the fight in a second. They've both weighed in. But let's get to the drama. These cats hopped on TalkSport and it kind of kicked off. I'll just get straight to the footage. Here we go. Bosh.
We'll put our hands on each other, but we're going back and forth with words.
So you're going to be okay with Frazer being here in the same studio this lunchtime?
Let's see, if he talks a bit funny, you might have to get,
Frazer, you're going to talk a bit funny? Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Jim.
How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling fantastic, mate. Finally, we're here. It's been a long camp. I'm a bit nervous now. Jamie's saying he might put hands on me, so obviously I'm trembling now. But no, I'm just excited to be here. Fighting is what we love doing, but it's been a long time. I'm not one for this inactivity. I like to be busier than we have been. But on Saturday, finally, we get to do it.
How easy or difficult is it, Frazer, to reset once you've had a date in mind? That's gone. Now there's a new date, and you're aiming for that.
Oh, it's frustrating. There's no doubt about it. You prepare yourself for one date, and then you get some rubbish about some fake injury, and then you have to reset. But
it was all going so nice.
Hey, Frazer,
I've got a good team, and we sorted that. It's no problem.
Frazer, no problem. But listen, don't crumble in person, because if you carry on talking, if you carry on talking funny, I'm gonna move to you right now.
Huh?
Me? But I'll move to you right now.
Hack it in,
I'll
Jamie.
move to,
It's just words. You'll deal with it Saturday, won't you?
Yeah, no problem. I will deal with you on Saturday, but
Right.
don't talk funny. Don't talk funny. Frazer, don't talk funny, because I'll deal with you wherever you are, bro.
Because you're screwing your face up.
I will deal with you wherever you are, bro.
Jamie, wind your neck in. Chill out, son.
I mean, does that offend you? Hang on, Jimmy. Hang on a second. Does that offend you?
I think he goes to get out of his seat. I don't know, I find it titillating, man. I don't care what Benavidez says. Oh, it can be, no, this is it. Wherever you listen, I want them to perform in the ring. Adelele and TKV, they had this, they give it all that. TKV did what he was supposed to do. Adelele's a whopper, honestly. One of the biggest, most useless idiots I've ever seen. Seriously. I'm trying to think, who's more useless than Adelele? Given his mouth, he talked about Fabius, Argusius, Wardlenius, and did nothing in there. Shit himself, honestly. Right? Hergovich, he was saying we're going to find out. We didn't see nothing. Everyone's wanking off. TalkSport or wanking off about, round 8 or whatever round it was. Round 8, he did nothing though. Yeah, TKV was boxing his chops off. The fight was a stinker. No doubt about that. But you was like a 10-1 favourite, Adelele. So, forget about it. The point is, it's better to have this than not though. Who knows what might happen in the fight. But given the choice between a stinky build-up and a stinky fight, I'll take the build-up with some edge to it. Talking funny.
That he's suggesting that the injury wasn't genuine.
No. It doesn't. The thing is, he's been disrespectful for too long, for many years. You've been disrespectful for too many years, bro. So don't play with me. Don't make no jokes. Don't make no jokes.
In what way has he been disrespectful?
But it's the way he talks, man. I don't like the way he talks.
You're Aggie. You're not even making weight. You're Aggie. What's up with you? Relax. You don't even have to make weight. Why so Aggie? Relax.
Bro, because I do not like you. I don't like the way you talk.
On Saturday, you can do something about
Listen,
it, can't you?
I will do something about it. And I'll do something about it beforehand if you want me to.
And then where will that get us?
Yeah.
Jamie, where will that get us?
That will make me happy.
No, but it won't, will it? Because then all of a sudden...
Oh, shut up, Simon. Why does Simon's like a little old woman, man? Just stay out of the way, bro. Oh, but it won't... Simon's like, but operationally speaking, Jamie, if you were to just sit your old ass down. No one asking you, man. Let him do his thing. It's selling the fight, right? And if they do get into a little tumble, again, I'm not saying you should do it if it's fake. I don't like seeing fake beef, but I don't think this doesn't come across fake to me, right? Whether Jeamie TKV sounds a little chav-tastic or not is one thing. But it doesn't seem like, I'm trying to think of examples, but there's been times where you can just tell it's fake. People are trying too hard to drop the bars. It's not really, don't really. But TKV to me sounds like he's hot, and if he's hot, let him be hot. Yeah, you paid security to be there anyway. So why is what happens if the fight gets called off and you get fined? Corny looking ass old head.
And people start getting sanctioned, and there'll be a problem. So we don't need that, do we?
I'll do what I want to do and what I've got to do. Because you've been talking funny. I tried to be respectful, but you're very disrespectful.
How?
You're very disrespectful. You're very disrespectful.
Well, you did just say he's got a fake injury, so you should pack it in as well, Fraser. If you don't want a reaction from them, then don't.
Well, I believe.
So we know this fight got cancelled, and Frazer Clarke just said that's what set TKV off about the fake moody injury. I mean, I thought it was Ben Shalom, to be fair, rescheduling. That date clashed with... What date did it clash with? Was it Benavidez and Yard? I'm not sure. There was some date TKV and Clarke were supposed to be on, and that clashed with something. I can't remember what it was. But either way, was it Boazzi Park? I don't know. It was one of them type ones. TKV was allegedly injured, which turned out to be okay in terms of the scheduling, although they are clashing with... Ben Whittaker's fighting a stiff, though. I'm not watching that. It's a shame, really. I'm trying to think, actually. Are they on at exactly the same time? Hopefully there's an hour... Hopefully one show starts an hour earlier, which isn't even a bad thing. I've been saying for a while now, if you follow this channel, I think main event should start at 9, honestly. Because it takes me a while to come down off the drama. Like, start at 9, finish at 10, and 11 you're 8. It's a bit... 12 is a little bit late, for me at least. Right? Like, if you're on the packet, it don't really matter. What could finish at 5 in the morning, but I'm not. So it's one of them. I'm not enhanced right now, folks. Yeah, that's what I'm not. But anyway, they could do... And BBC tends to be... I'd like to think the BBC... They start their main event at 9, and DAZN will do what they normally do, starting at 10. Sorted. Because whoever's on... I can't even tell you who's on the Whittaker and Gavazzani card. So I'm not like I'm going to miss nothing there. I'll literally rock up at 10 to 9, put Frazer Clarke on, and then an hour later put Whittaker on. 2 fights. Bish, bash, bosh. One of them ones. In fact, let's have a quick look. That's what I'm fixing to do. Have a quick look right now. Normally these companies... Normally the Talmudic gambling companies tell you when the time is of the fights. The YB bringing you, man, exclusive information right now. Oh no, it's right. I'm right. Apparently, Clark's supposed to start 9, and Whittaker's at 9:45, so it'll be 10 o'clock. Perfect. No one's watching the rest of these bare bums in the shower, are they? Whatever, but come on, man, no one's watching the rest of the bare bums. They're bare bums in the shower, man. No one's watching that. So rock up, yeah. Get your Chinese in. Honestly, man, this is the play I'm going to pass you, man, right now. Forget about all the other fights. Make sure you got your Chinese in, a packet if you must, and I'd probably order based on this time schedule, probably get the brass in about 11, 11:15 will be just right, yeah? Packet, Chinese, and the brass is, come on, you booked it in. 11:15 it's going to land, and that's you. If that ain't a Saturday night, I don't know what is, to tell the truth, man. Come on. Anyway, let's get back to this one right here.
Right, well, we'll see about that on Saturday, won't we? That's the main function, is to come in here, have a chat, have a conversation, but not to turn it into a bun fight.
I mean, do you have genuine respect for Jeamie?
Of course I do, and this disrespect he's talking about, tell me what it is.
Well, you know you're disrespectful.
Tell me what it is.
No, you're disrespectful. He's just said he does respect you as a fighter.
He's always disrespecting me. And he's been doing it for years.
Alright, kicks off again. I'm skipping on.
Bring on Saturday night then when you get in the ring with Frazer.
I'm gonna bring everything. Like, I'm telling you, Frazer's underestimating me. And I know he's underestimating me. And I'm gonna come and bring everything that I can bring. And Frazer's gonna see. I know he's underestimating me. He's already overlooking me. I've seen your interview. I've seen everything you've done. You know? So, yeah.
Are you underestimating this fella, to my right?
Definitely not. This is how much I'm disrespecting and underestimating him. I went to his changing room after the David Adelaide fight and said he was unlucky. And I actually was protesting at the side of the ring and Adelaide couldn't fight.
That doesn't sound like Fraser.
Recently, you going on the interviews talking rubbish, talking the way you're talking.
Say what?
And in the DMs, you've been talking rubbish, bro. You already know.
Okay.
Exactly. So
Well,
that's what I'm talking about, disrespect. So
Well, peace will break out in this very
Hey,
studio.
don't talk like that, Fraser, bro. Don't
What you
even
saying,
do
Fraser?
that.
Carry on, mate. He was interrupting.
Hey, don't do that, Fraser, bro.
Carry on,
Because if I step to you, you ain't gonna do nothing,
carry
bro.
on.
You ain't gonna do nothing if I step to you right now.
Emotion is running high in this very studio, as you can hear, because on Saturday night in Derby, Jeamie TKV, to my right, is going to be taking on Frazer Clarke in a British heavyweight bout in Derby. And as you can
I don't know why it tickles me so much though, but I can. When it's dead fake little weird beef, yeah, little rainbow flag beef, I can tell it, and it don't make me laugh. But I'm not even putting this on for the video. When I was in the gym listening to this, I was actually laughing. It made me laugh, so I like it. I don't care what no one says. It's good. It's good for the sport. No one needs another bootlicking conference or bootlicking entanglement. No, thank you.
continue this then, and let's get to it. You're continuing to be unhappy this lunchtime that Frazer, in your eyes, disrespects you. Yeah. Because of what? Because of your past record? Because of what you've done? Because of what you've not done? What? Because of what?
All I've done is try to show Frazer respect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So show Frazer respect, but all he's done is obviously in person we show each other respect, but behind the keyboard he's always disrespectful.
What example,
What?
mate? What good example?
like
What, when he's on social media?
Yeah, on social
What was
media.
said on social media?
Huh? The other day you were talking about punching my head in. Was you not?
That's what I'm trying to do.
No, but you do it in a disrespectful way, and then you jump in my DMs.
Okay. So what? Oh, Jamie, I'm going to punch your head in.
No.
What do you want? How do you want me to go
Talking
about it?
rubbish.
How do
Don't
you want
talk
me
to
go
me.
about
Go
it?
and do it then. Go and do it
going
then.
to on
Okay, what we'll
Saturday,
see. Stand in the middle, like
Is
you
it
said.
is there a respectful way to say that I'm going to punch you up? Is there a respectful way to
Listen.
say that?
It's nothing to do. Look at the DMs. You know your DMs. We go back and forth in the DMs, bro. You know you're
I'm
disrespectful.
laughing at my phone. I don't know if you're sitting there angry about it. I'm laughing at the phone.
Oh, so Frazer Clarke's been trolling Jeamie TKV in his DMs. I like it. Fair play, man. And someone in the comments here said, that's how easy it is to sell a fight, because now I'm tuning in. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. No one's trying to see no humble rubbish, man. No, we're not trying to see it. We're just not. So everyone knows what time. I told you the other day, I wasn't even going to watch this one really like that. I wasn't. Now I'm going to watch it. I'm intrigued now. That's all you've got to do. Simple as that. No, I'm not saying you put it on. I don't want to see like I've said, I don't want to see a fake little weird thing where you're trying too hard. I'll tell you who used to do that. There was a light-skinned Donny in the UFC, Kevin something. What was he, £155, I think? Is that right? 155er. Kevin something. He bars was dead, man. He tried a little bit too hard. He was around in the McGregor, or the end of the McGregor era. He tried to take that was whack. He never had no bars like that. But this one, I can do something with this. Yeah.
Literally, if I had a problem with you, I'd tell you there's a problem with you here. Nah, I got no problem with you. You're another fighter. But you want to keep this screw face, this angry energy, makes it horrible for everyone else, like I said. But you don't care. You want to be a thug, mate. Go and be a thug.
No one's trying to be
Go
a
and be a
thug.
thug.
You
Go and be a gangster and scare people. Go and do that. Go stand on the street corner right there.
How's
You're
this
like
being
a clown, mate.
gangster?
You're embarrassing.
You're
a clown.
embarrassing, bro.
Embarrassing.
You're a clown.
What kind of fight do you think this is going to be? I mean, the fight against
Frazer
Adelaide.
said he's going to stand in the middle.
Yeah. So is that your anticipation?
Yeah. Standing in the middle.
You can do that.
You
No
know?
worries. No problem.
Where does this fight lead you guys? I mean, ultimately.
Actually threw me under the bus. I said, the team said you got to take the fight. It's throwing you under the bus. But that's a different situation, different conversation. But with him, I've always been cool with Frazer. I like Frazer. But... So you know the end. I told you.
This one's funny as
The
well.
past couple weeks, I already told you in the DM, don't crumble in person because you've been talking shit.
It's crumbling.
I told you that. I said don't crumble in person. I told
And I'm
you
here
that.
in
So you know
person.
the energy's like this anyway.
Keep it clean, Jamie. But the bottom line, I think, the impression I get is, are you going to have to keep your emotions in check so that you can keep your mind on the job? And your job on Saturday night is to beat this fella.
Yeah. Of course I'll keep it in check, man.
You're quite happy you'll
you
keep your
sure?
emotions in check.
Of course.
Are you sure?
Is it important? Do you get into this mood in fight week because it suits you?
Not all the time. Not all the time. No.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's becoming.
No, we saw you
theme,
having a
mate.
punch
It's
up
becoming
Adley
quite a common
out there.
theme.
It wasn't.
And it didn't work too well last time, so you know, I'd switch it up if I were you.
So what's going to happen when you two leave the studio this lunchtime?
Never know.
Never know. We never know with big old scary Jeamie.
Bro, you're crumbling, bro. I can see
crumbling.
you're crumbling, bro.
Crumbling what?
Fraser, what are you going to bring in Saturday night? What can you tell the fight fans who are listening who are aiming to go to Derby on Saturday?
I'll knock him out.
I'm knocking you out. Fraser, you're going down. Good. You know.
Good fight, then.
Fraser, you know I'm knocking you out. You know I'm knocking you out.
Okay. Maybe the boys should leave the studio like in a kind of staggered basis.
Listen, Jim, some of us can conduct ourselves properly. Some of us are not quite mature enough yet and have to be this type of person. I can leave this studio at the same time as Jeamie and I won't crumble. And I also will accept that this is an interview to promote the fight.
All right, Fraser, you don't have to go all corporate on us, man. But anyway, there it is. That set the scene. I'm intrigued now enough that I'm actually... Yeah, I'm going to watch it. And I wouldn't... Honestly, I wasn't going to. And also, I'm going to be honest, full disclosure here, I did start pushing some buttons, but we'll get to that in a second. I started hitting the moody Talmud gambling. That's the truth. That's probably got me a bit invested as well. But either way, it worked. Anyway, let's get to the weigh-in now. They've weighed in Frazer Clarke and Jeamie TKV. I'm shocked at the odds, to tell the truth. I think the best value here, everyone thinks it's going to be a knockout. I don't know based on what. Here's the weigh-in anyway. So Frazer Clarke weighed in 270.1. TKV 264.6. Let's now quickly put that into context. I mean, what does it mean? It don't mean much, but let's have a look and see where or whereabouts Frazer Clarke is compared to his history. Oh, he's in alright shape. He fought Wardley the first time at 266, Dave Allen at 270. So yeah, Clark's came in bang on where he normally is. It's not that, for example, if he was 290, then we'd say, oh, is he taking this Jeamie TKV a little easy? He's come in bang where he normally is. TKV, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's not the end of the world, but TKV weighed in 264 and some change. He was 254 against Adelele, his best performance. 10 pounds of extra weight for a guy who's supposed to be moving around the place. What this does certify to me is Frazer Clarke's going to win. Like I've said recently, the best way to make money on this is probably wait for the in-game. Let it settle in for a few rounds. But based on this, putting on £10, I thought he looked good against Adelele. If it's not broke, don't fix it. His feet looked a little quicker than normal. His jab was good, and his ability to box was good. Putting £10 on only reduces one's ability to box. Your hands get slower, your feet get slower, and you get goosed quicker. We know this. So the fact he's put Jeamie TKV to win this for me would have needed... He can't fight for Toffee on the inside. TKV can't. He's got no inside game. And we know this because he got punched up by this guy, Igor. I watched this fight back when I was doing my analyses, baby please. He tried to fight this plumber from wherever he's from. Uzbekistan. Igor Marcedo. He gets stopped, but he gets stopped on his feet and it was caused by a cut, to be fair. The point is, he tried having a fight with this Igor Macedonian weapon and he got punched up. So TKV can't fight on the inside. That's Doc. He can't punch. He can't fight on the inside. And now he's a big blob. His chance was to somehow, and even then his chance would have been slim in my opinion, beating the A-side Frazer Clarke on points. You're going to need to win 8 clean rounds at least. 8 clean, possibly 9. We're not Ben Shalong's like. Yeah. With the Moody Mossad envelope. So come on, let's call it space. What are the chances? Frazer Clarke to lose on points, you're going to need to win 8 or 9 rounds dominantly. And doing that just off a jab, which is more or less all TKV has at the best of times against an amateur boxer like Frazer Clarke. He's been doing it all day and night, right? Frazer Clarke knows how to box as such. His problem is his bones are soft, but TKV don't have the power to expose Frazer soft bones. So TKV's best chance was to be the super light and somehow pull that jab off. I don't think it would have been successful. It's hard to beat. Frazer Clarke has a great jab himself. He's been doing the amateurs for 40 years, right? He spent 40 years in Team GB, so he knows how to work around a jab, I'd have thought. Andy has his own quick hands. Andy has more experience, Frazer Clarke. So I don't like this from TKV. And initially, like I said, I wasn't sure. Well, maybe, given how well relatively he did against Adelele, I thought, well, maybe Adelele's a shithouse, though. Frazer Clarke's not that much of a shithouse. He's not. He's got no gas. I'm not sure TKV's gas is all that either, though. But coming in £10 extra, that's not a good look for me, and that swayed it. I thought maybe there's a chance. And I think you can get TKV on points at like 20-1, but again, even if he wins 7 rounds, he's not going to get it on the cards. He's not going to get a win over the A side on the cards. I don't believe. You can forget about that. And wasn't TKV fighting on Adelele show, which is Frank Warren, which means that I assume is TKV maybe he's a free agent. I don't know. I think this was a British title fight that was ordered, but the point is, no doubt it's a Ben Shalong show, right? So TKV's only chance is to win on points. What are the chances he beats the A side on points? Again, he's gonna have to win 9 clear rounds, and even then, man, look at Buatsi and Parker. You can argue. I think it's clear to say Zach Parker won 9 rounds against Buatsi and lost. So the value here's got to be with Frazer Clarke. Now, what I will add to that is, unlike the bookies, which you can see somewhere, the bookies, who are wrong in my opinion. Oh, for fuck's sake. The bookies have it that the most likely outcome, believe it or not, is Frazer Clarke by KO. If you put a tenner on Frazer Clarke by KO, you'd make £5 profit. Yeah? So the favourite is Frazer Clarke knocks this guy out. I tend to disagree. Frazer Clarke on points, you can get that at 4-1. That's the value for me. Frazer Clarke by unanimous decision, 6-1. So even if you think Frazer Clarke might stop him, do you think it that much? I think realistically, I've got it 1-1 in my own head. I can see how Frazer Clarke maybe stops him, maybe. So if the odds were 1-1, i.e. Frazer Clarke by points 1-1 or Frazer Clarke by KO 1-1, I think that'd be fairly priced. But Frazer Clarke on points at 6 or unanimous at 6-1. That's where the value is. I don't know what idiots are putting down a tenner to win a £5 on Clarke KOing someone. Who's he KO'd? And let's investigate that now. Who is I remember Frazer Clarke going life and death with Marius Wack. So Frazer Clarke had a life and death, and his chin's not all that himself. Plus, who knows what? He's strokeable, right? You can hit him and he can have a stroke. So there's that factor to weigh in. Not that TKV can punch, but still, you got Wardley. He had a life and death with. Yeah. Okay, Tete. Tete is 70,000 years old. Forget about the Tete fight. And Frazer Clarke only stopped him on. I'm pretty sure he didn't even knock him down. He stopped him on his feet. So Frazer Clarke can't punch like that himself. He couldn't put Wardley down in the first fight. He couldn't put Dave Allen down, obviously. And what's important to notice here, most of Frazer Clarke's stoppages are retirements. That doesn't mean nothing. Obviously, if TKV retires, then that's going to pay out for the Frazer Clarke by TKO or KO. Still, though, it's important to note the context. Dave Allen, at that point in time, a finished guy, no ambition. He quit. Marius Wack over 10 rounds. Frazer Clarke won every round. Marius Wack is 45, 50 years old, but he couldn't stop or put down Marius Wack. Bogdan Dinu, retired. Kevin Espindola, retired. And then he's got a 6 points. He went the distance with some cat called Kamil Sawalski. So Frazer Clarke ain't a puncher like that. And TKV, to his credit, when you look into TKV, Adelele stopped him. TKV's lost by knockout twice. Adelele I watched that back. That wasn't a legal shot. That should have been a disqualification. The guy said break, and Adelele hit him after the break. That don't count. If Adelele hits anyone with a free shot, they're getting knocked out. No doubt about it. So I discount that for him. And the other TKO is a bit misleading, like I've said. If you watch that fight back, TKV is stopped by a cut. He wasn't punched and knocked out. So TKV's chin's pretty good. And I think he's got the heart as well, particularly because there's bad blood. Frazer Clarke's not a one-puncher himself. I think TKV, it's a shame he's a little heavy. He might be a little pudding. Can that puddingness make him more durable? Maybe. And Frazer Clarke himself gets tired after 6. If Frazer Clarke don't butcher him in 6, he'll be puffing himself, and it might end up being a hug fest where Frazer Clarke says, because TKV loves to clinch. So after 6 rounds, both men might be puffed, and hence it just gets dragged out. Because they both can't punch at the best of times. Even in the early rounds, they ain't got no pop like that. So, again, I'm not saying I'm going to be shocked if Frazer Clarke stops him. But 6-1, I'm not putting money on. I don't know how people are confident. I don't mean it won't happen. But look at the value. Yeah? You've got 1.5 decimal, and you've got 7 decimal for a unanimous decision. You only got to put a tenner on. You got £60 drink coming in. Who's put a tenner on to win a fiver on Frazer Clarke to stop this guy, who's not really been stopped like that, if we're honest. He's never actually been beat up like that. Jeamie TKV hasn't. Adelele couldn't land a glove, and he's got that athletic build and heavy hand. He won't do nothing in there. Frazer Clarke does punch more, but he gets tired as well. So if TKV gets through 6, Frazer Clarke's gonna be finished himself, puffed. Gasping for air, man. Seriously, he's going to be gasping for air. It's just a shame that TKV's 10 pounds heavier, which will make him more like Blobby, make him more tired himself, or make him more slower. He had a chance, in my opinion, to really be in this fight. Imagine he came in the best shape ever, rather than his worst shape. Let's have a quick look. TKV's worst shape. He came into, literally. That's what I'm saying. TKV weighed in 264, and that, folks, is literally his career heaviest. The heaviest TKV has been prior is 261. Right, so he was in the best shape of his career against Adelele at 254, and now he's in the worst shape of his career. So that's the only asterisk, really, that TKV hasn't been training. He trains with Ben Davison, though. With Ben Davison, I assume he's still with Ben Davison. He was with Ben Davison for the Adelele fight, but would Ben Davison really have that? Someone turning up twice a week? I wouldn't have thought so. Not with the killers he's got. But that, I don't know. I haven't really watched the build-up. Is it possible? If we assume Ben Davison was in the camp, he could just have put weight on and still been training. I don't know what these trainers do, though. I wouldn't have that. Sorry. Seriously. I wouldn't have it. I'd say, listen. Especially in Ben Davison's position. I'd be saying, listen, folks. Listen, Jeamie TKV. If you're training with me, and I've got Italma, Wardley, I had AJ, you're going to do it properly or not at all, bro. I don't need your little mash. That's what I don't need. Right? You're coming in your best shape ever. 250. Because TKV's got titties and shit. Anyway, it's not like he was bone dry at 260 and he can't help himself. You know how you see AJ sometimes fluctuate from 240 to 250? He's still looking shape. TKV, he could have been at, listen, TKV debuted his career at 238. It's like Dave Allen. Oh, I've got older and grown. You don't get older and grown from 25, 26, folks. Yeah? And this was 2 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Jeamie TKV weighed 238. Yeah, when he was 29. You don't grow 25 pounds because of age in 3 years from 29 to 32. Forget about it. That's laziness. I don't know what Ben Davison's doing. I wouldn't have it. I said, listen, man, you're getting back down to 2. Listen, AJ fought Usyk at 237. Right. Big old 6'6" Mandinga. What you got titties for, bro? Serious? No, I'm being serious. What you got titties for? You had titties in the Adelele fight as well. So like, and you was 10 pounds lighter. Like, what's this? I'm not having it. You're coming in 240, or you can back to some B-rate trainer. We're doing real things here. Again, Wardley. It's not like Ben Davison needs to be carrying people. This guy needs to come incorrect. Not putting on £10. You ain't. That tells me you ain't serious. You shouldn't be in the camp with these men like that. You don't see a Talma or even Wardley or AJ blowing up in weight and being bloat lords. So what are you doing it for? You should be hungry to say, oh, I want to stay with the main team. Did you see that one there? I don't know what Ben's on. I think a lot of these boxing trainers are a bit wishy-washy. We had that with Martin Bacoli's trainer. He said, oh, I can't control what he eats. I say, listen, Martin, well, you're big. I guess it's a symbiotic relationship. Martin Bacoli's trainer wants to get paid. He doesn't want to scare Martin off. But trainers, if every trainer had integrity and there wasn't them kind of bootlicker Joe Blow trainers that Dom Ingle talks about who trying to, I'll hold pads for you. They want to get their foot in the door. But if every trainer had integrity and said, listen, I'm not having it. You come in shape or you know what I mean? That would make, if there was a organisation and union in boxing trainers, no fighter should be putting on £10 when they've already got titties, and no one should offer to train him. Listen, bro, if you ain't 240, you ain't training in boxing. Full stop. Oops, we're not doing it. It's taking the piss. So that's put me off TKV. But if you have to have a dabble, you can get TKV at like 20 to 1 on points, and I might do that as a little bit of a hedge because I put some weight on. Not weight, but I'll show you what I've done now quickly. I'm going to do a separate video where I've broke it all down. But here's my Frazer Clarke bets in general. I've put 10 large, which got boosted to 6.5 to 1 on unanimous decision. So 10 down pays 65 profit. I put another 5 down at 4 to 1 for Frazer Clarke by decision. So that'll pay 20 quid profit. You ain't got to risk much. It's like little fun money. If it don't happen, Frazer Clarke smokes him, whatever. If he don't know, most heavyweight fights, it just depends how unfit TKV is though. Shame really. This would have been guaranteed money. If I don't know, has TKV been training? I need to check actually. Let's have a look if Ben Davison's even in the cut. Because it looks to me like he's left Ben Davison. What's his name again? Jeamie. It's like he's gone to some B-rate trainer. Well, we should be able to see Ben up there in the press conference, you'd think. Oh, they've got all the fighter jobbers up there. Yeah, there's no trainers up. Maybe he's left him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's left him, which is a bad sign. Because normally you'd have a Ben Davison interview. Ben Davison. Let's see if we got one in the last week. Normally you'd have a trainer interview. I'll search for the last week. No, there's not a bean of nothing on here. There's not a bean of nothing, folks. Now, who's Frazer Clarke's trainer? Is he still with Angelo Dundee? Angel Fernandez. I think he's still with Angelo Dundee, man. Let's have a look. Let's see if Angel Fernandez. What this will prove is, if we can find a video of Angel Fernandez, that means that... Oh, there's nothing there either. I don't know then. It's one of them ones. Either way, he's bullabus. Ben Davison or not, he's bullabus. He's put £10 on, so I can't back that. A big round dumpling who already had titties, right? So I can't back that. But he might have put a little drink on it. Look, Jeamie TKV by unanimous decision is 25 to 1. So you could just put a few quid on to cover your ass. What the chances he does that though? But again, at 25 to 1, you can't really. That's a nice hedge, right? The only way TKV wins is by some points. He's never going to knock out Frazer Clarke. Seriously, I know I've said it before, and some crazy things have happened. But seriously, TKV. If TKV stops Frazer Clarke, impossible, man. Seriously, zero chance of that happening. All right, so we've got that on. I've also got another little coup here. I'll talk about it in my other video, but yeah, as far as my pure Frazer Clarke bets have gone, that's what I'm leaning with. I've got Frazer Clarke winning this on points, and I can't see no other angle really. I really can't. Now, is it possible? Frazer Clarke, he came out ferocious against Tete. Tete is come on. We all saw what Dillian White was like with him. He looked shot to bits. Yeah, that Tete did. So Frazer Clarke went in there and shoeshine Tete half to death. Tete should be in a museum, bro. He should be in a boxing ring. Between boxing ring and museum, you'd lean heavily towards museum. So forget about that. Who's Frazer Clarke punched up like that, really? Come on. No one. So yeah, that's my base case. Frazer Clarke on points. Bottom line, it's all day and night. It's not even a bit close. I can't even think about how close. It's not even like, oh, think about this. He couldn't stop Whack. Whack is a big, heavy idiot who's 50-year-old. Right? Anyway, let's see what happens. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. Johnny. Ball.